also you have a high variety of women with fibroids, a high variety of women having hysterectomies. Being an independent Black woman singing that loudly and proudly, there are health conditions that come along with that. And our community is heavily affected by that. But guess what? Nobody calls that because of the fact that we have a lot of testosterone and it's not turned into estrogen and it affects your body. But this beautiful big Black woman has a strong Black man standing next to her, standing behind her. And we hear brothers like Stephen A. Smith, Steve Harvey, and Tiffany Haddish talking crap because of the fact that she has a strong Black man that is supporting his wife. Why is it comfortable? Why are we so comfortable? We're having women out here uncovered by themselves, and then there is a problem when Monique or somebody like Monique has a husband that states that, wait a minute, hold on, I'm going to protect my wife. That's why Tyler Perry wanted to meet with her by herself and not with her husband, because of the fact that what you can do to a woman by herself, you ain't gonna never play that when she got a husband and a Black man standing beside her and behind her, whether it's your husband or not. Guess what? There is certain stuff that will come out of a Black man's mouth, like Stephen A. Smith, behind a computer system. But what he will not do, say that in her face, standing with her Black husband.
I'm glad you transition us that, because we're going to play what the next clips is going to be talking specifically about that. You're going to hear this from Monique herself directly. Hold on.
Tyler Perry's credit. Tyler Perry called us up, right? And he said, I can see the pain in you and I can hear it. And I want to let you know that I would never do nothing to hurt you. But the conversation kept going on, only for Tyler Perry to admit he did start a rumor that I was difficult to work with. He lied, only for Tyler Perry to admit I was wrong. And when my movie Boo come out, I'm going to say that, right? Now, here's where, when you did that interview with Kat, I could respect how you do it. Because Kat said, you let them people lie in your face. And your response was, Kat, I don't know if they're lying or not.
Right.
Because I can only take them at their word.
At their word.
Right?
Yes.
Well, we sent you the audio of Tyler Perry. I don't want you to take me at my word. I want you to hear his words. And what did you hear that man saying? What did you hear that man saying?
He said it.
What did he say?
She keep calling Shannon to the carpet and he keep being like, damn it, Monique. Damn, I don't want to say what I heard.
And let me tell you something. I'm going to play it. He never said what he heard. I heard. It's like,
I don't want that smoke coming after me.
No, yeah, that, but as many problems that I think our Black women have created for themselves. This example right here with Shannon Sharpe absolutely refusing to call the thing a thing, gives credit when our women say Black men don't stand up for Black women. What have we been talking about all day today for the last hour and 40 minutes? Integrity. We have, as Black people, we have our integrity is tissue paper at best. I'm a play it from that angle, okay? And let me see. And let me see if maybe I missed something, Khadijah. We'll see if he ever acknowledged or admit what he heard. Let's see.
Is Monique, you're not supposed to be recording people.
No. Let me back up.
Okay.
Everything we did was legal. And here's where a black woman really gets the kick in the ass.
Did you hear, Khadijah? Has he admitted or said what he heard from the tape that she presented to him?
Monique, you know you're not supposed to be recording people. But they were going to say the truth.
Maybe I missed it. I'm gonna go back to 17 seconds. I'm gonna go back and see. Maybe I missed it.
Everything we did was legal. And here's where a black woman really gets the kick in the ass. Had I not recorded Tyler Perry, then it would have been my word against his. And then on top of that, it would have been, he's so powerful, we can't even pay no attention to that.
Right.
Well, now I have him on audio, which is legal to do where we live.
Right. In Georgia.
Okay? We have him on audio. And do you know what some people then said? Why would you record him? Just like you sat there and said, you know it's illegal to... But did you hear what the man said?
What the fuck is he cackling about?
Because of the fact that she said, Monique, you know you ain't supposed to be recording people.
God damn. God damn. No, he didn't heard he didn't heard the lie for himself, right?
Absolutely.
He didn't heard the lie for himself. They're talking about the lie, and his first reaction to hearing this man lie on her was,
Monique, you know you ain't supposed to be recording people.
Oh my goodness. Monique, I got a question for you, sis. For the chat. Are we talking about rumors?
Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. I just need some.
Or are we talking about integrity?
I violated you.
Yeah.
I mistreated you.
Yeah.
Do you know, Shannon, that's cost my family tens of millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Over a lie and a rumor?
Is he gonna he's gonna compensate you for that?
I want you to look in your camera.
Yes.
And I want you to talk to Tyler Perry because you heard what that man said. So
Hold on a second. Oh, I didn't catch it. I was trying to catch the look on his. There it is. No, that's back. Let's see. I'm gonna try to go back. Hold on.
But did you hear what the man said? I violated you.
Yeah.
I mistreated you.
Yeah.
Do you know, Shannon, that's cost my family tens of millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Over a lie and a rumor?
Is he gonna he's gonna compensate you for that?
I want you to look in your camera.
Yes.
And I want you to talk to Tyler Perry because you heard what that man said.
Look at the look on his face.
I don't want to call this black man to the carpet. I don't want no parts of it. I don't want to have to do this, Monique.
So ask him, will he compensate my family for that?
Tyler, will you come on Club Shay Shay and let's have a conversation about the fair compensation for what transpired between you and Monique? You can sit right here and she's sitting right here and you and I can have a conversation.
Okay. What the fuck did he just say?
Tyler Perry, would you like to be a guest on my show?
About what?
Just because I need you to be a guest on the show. And you can come out here and tell your side of the story. But would you like to be a guest?
he said to talk about what transpired. What the fuck transpired, Shannon?
What I won't do is say you lied on this sister. So will you come on this show and sit down and talk about your lie that cost this woman millions of dollars? It has affected her reputation. It has affected her family. It has cost her the ability to work and provide for her family and her young children. Say what the let's call a spade a spade. Who is going to be man enough to say that, hey, Tyler, brother, you were wrong?
He didn't say the lie. Hot Sauce, give me a second. We got a brother named Hot Sauce in the background. Hold on, Hot Sauce, give me a second. I'm still waiting on him to admit the fact that he heard Tyler Perry lie.
Monique, you know you ain't supposed to be recording people.
But he heard the lie. He heard him confess, like Usher.
It doesn't matter what he confessed or what he said. The problem is, Monique, you recorded it.
Hold on a second. What's up, Hot Sauce?
Hey, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. And very, very interesting topic. Very, very interesting topic. A lot of complicated nuances. But I just want to come up here real quick and say that it's not fair to Shannon Sharpe to put him in that situation. Did Tyler Perry lie? Yes. But now you're putting Shannon Sharpe. If Shannon Sharpe goes on record and says, yeah, he's lied, now he's in this fight. Now he's in this beef. What's the benefit for him to be in this beef? Monique is not his wife. I don't know if they have a working relationship or any type of friendship. If they don't, what is the upside for him?
Excuse me, brother Hot Sauce.
Yeah.
When inside of our community are we going to say, what is the benefit is it to me in order to have integrity and call you to the mat? There was a time inside of our community where, hell, if you did something wrong, the teacher whooped you, the neighbor whooped you, and when you got home, your parents whooped your ass. It was called integrity. If there was a time inside of our community when you did something wrong, brothers in the community checked you about your wrong. There was a time in our community when a sister did something wrong, sisters checked the woman about doing something wrong, where the system isn't about, I don't have a dog in the fight. So since therefore I don't have a dog in this fight, I don't want to fold my hand and I don't want to have nothing to do with it. At what point in time inside of our community do we stand up and stand on truth? Or as they say today, we standing on business. What business are you standing on today? Where's your integrity?
Well, this isn't a community issue. This is an issue between, correct me if I'm wrong, Lee Daniels, Monique, Oprah, and Tyler. This is not a Black community issue. So again, people work off incentives, right? There has to be benefits on both sides. It's not that I'm simply going to do for the sake of integrity. There has to be a benefit. People work off incentives, all human beings. Right? When you look at culture, please allow me to finish. When you look at different cultures, right? When we look at different cultures and different communities, the communities give to the individual and the individual give to the community. So to put Shannon Sharpe in this predicament, number one, is unprofessional, and number two, this is between millionaires, right? Between three people. This is not in my opinion, this is not a Black community issue. This is between 3 or 4 millionaires. Am I wrong?
Hold on 1 second. You might say that, this is between 3 individuals, or we're going to say that they're 3 millionaires. Okay, yeah, they millionaires. Let's move wealth off the table, right? This happens to become a Black person's issue. Number one, everybody we're talking about is Black. Number two, the Black community stance and says that you do not have a right to talk about our beloved brother and sister because of the fact that they so-called made it. Number three, when do we hold people in integrity inside of our community? This is our community. Tyler Perry became a millionaire because off the backs of Black people. Oprah Winfrey became a millionaire
DJ,
off the backs
off
of
the backs off the backs of Black women.
Black women. Absolutely. So when is it inside of our community do Black men stand with Black women? Regardless, you do have a dog in this fight. That's just like somebody saying that you happen to see this man rape this baby on the streets, but
Well, we're not
because
talking.
of
Come
the
on, come
fact
on. That is
hey,
not this issue. That's not this issue.
it is. The issue is
There is no sexual. There's no sexual abuse in this conversation.
There is no sexual abuse, but it's the
Yeah, I
same
mean, we got to
thing
keep it in
because of the
context,
fact
right?
that, hey, if you happen to be victimized, if you see somebody being violated, and because of the fact that they're being violated and you hear it or you see it, but because of the fact that I might have heard it and I saw it, and our community, we say, hey, we don't talk about our own and we don't talk about that in public, but yet you turn a blind eye to the fact that you heard and you saw somebody being violated. The reason why you do it because of the fact that it wasn't you, and that's a part of the problem.
No, but see, you're missing my point because I'm saying again, because first of all, nobody's talking about not reporting crime and violence and speaking up for that. I'm not saying that. You absolutely do. If you see a crime, someone getting abused or sexual, you absolutely do that, right? No one is saying that. We got to keep things in context. We're talking about million. You say let's move off the table because we can't, because that's what we're talking about. Monique, millionaire. Shay, millionaire. Tyler Perry, billionaire. Oprah, billionaire. And then Lee Daniels, I guess he's a millionaire. I'm not sure. But I mean, this is not a Black community issue. This is between Monique and Tyler Perry. So why in the world will I get involved in that? I'm not friends with Monique. I'm not friends with Tyler Perry. I'm just the guy that's inviting you to host, and now you're going to make it a bigger issue than just two people having a disagreement, because that's all it is. It's not the Black community at large. It's just between those two people.
Okay.
And let me let my plane here really quickly.
Okay.
When we talk about protection, how do women get protection? Through family and marriage and neighborhoods. Right? Random people don't go protecting random women. Random men don't do that. Nowhere on the planet they do that. Right? If you want protection, you get it from your father, your brothers, your husbands, or the people in the community, your neighbors that you live with.
The reason why I believe Hot Sauce, let me tell you something. I think you make fair points. Let me just, when someone makes a fair point, I just acknowledge it because I think that's the proper thing to do. I think the reason why this becomes a Black culture thing is because we're dealing with integrity. And yes, we're watching the average person, me, Khadijah, Hot Sauce, we honestly don't have a dog in the fight. But here's the thing. The issue at hand, the lack of integrity, the fact that we can get easily silenced, somebody can easily get ruined. I just think about it from my perspective and the fact that I work in a very vindictive environment. Being blackballed just doesn't happen on that level. It also happens down here on a micro level as well, where people can't get jobs and can't get work because of reputation based on a lie. I've been lied on the job. So that's why I identify with that a little bit. And then the fact of the matter is I've been lied on, and I've seen other people who knew I was lied on say nothing. It makes us complicit when we say nothing about the issue. And so the reason why I'm tackling it, because I think as a collective, as a Black collective, we have a fundamental problem with integrity. And I understand that Monique, has been fighting this fight for 10 years. And if you listen to the entire interview, and I don't think I got the clip here, this all she's looking for, if I'm to be understood, all she's looking for is people say that this is private. They did not lie on her in private. They publicly lied on her. So she's looking for a public apology. Lee Daniels publicly and privately apologized, which is why she doesn't mention him anymore.
Right.
And Oprah and I actually think there's more smoke here for Tyler than Oprah. Because
that's why I saw the whole interview. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, because Tyler, and maybe this is just me being naive. I don't understand where it takes away from you as a man to say, I fucked that up. Now, of course, this is a little bit outside of us, but think about this, hot sauce. They've calculated that this one lie has potentially cost her over the last 10 years, $30 million.
Mm-hmm.
Think about what $30 million.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of fucking money. I don't make that. But if someone lies, the type of job that I work in, I work in the medical field, the medical environment. I have direct access because I provide direct care.
Mm-hmm.
I do not go in a female under the, this is going to sound crazy. I don't go in a female's room under the age of 65 alone. Under 65.
Right. That's smart. That's smart.
It's generational. Because the risk of these crazy motherfuckers, and let me tell you what the Obama, and I'm getting a little bit sidetracked, but I'll bring it back. Mm-hmm. The Affordable Care Act, the Obamacare, what it did to the medical field, it took the medical care out of it, and it gave power to the patient that they can affect the Medicaid reimbursement to the facility based on how they feel. So because there's this thing called if you ever go to the hospital, go to your doctor, ask for a thing called a patient satisfaction survey. They have to give it to you. The patient satisfaction survey, it gets turned in to Medicaid and Medicare, which is responsible for most hospitals get at least 40 to 60% of their revenue from the federal government through Medicare and Medicaid reimbursement. If a hospital's patient satisfaction score dips below a certain threshold, they actually punish the hospital, reduce their allocation, and the allocation that they were supposed to get, they give it to another hospital who met the threshold. So not only do they take the money, but they give it to another hospital. So in the hospital environment, there are the patients have been incentivized to lie. And then the medical administrations have incentivized the patients to lie because they are afraid that if the patient is dissatisfied with any service for any reason, those satisfaction scores will impact the hospital's bottom line. So back to me. So when I walk into a room and I know it's a lady and and I'm a big black man, and if I piss off a lady, the shit she can say about me could blackball me not only from the healthcare field, but any field related to personal contact. I couldn't get retrained to be a security guard, a corrections officer. I couldn't, none of that. Because we all go through the same background check. And I couldn't pass it if someone lies on me. So integrity. So if that happens, then I lose the ability to take care of myself and my daughter. And that doesn't just stop today. That's for tomorrow, next week, next year, the next 10 years. And I'm not supposed to be angry about that?
No. What I'm saying is this, and I'm going to use the word allegiance instead of protection.
Okay.
There's something called reasonable expectation of allegiance and unreasonable expectation of allegiance. So let's use the healthcare situation. I work with you day in and day out, right? Say I'm a Mexican. I work with you day in and day out, right? We have a cordial working relationship. We speak to each other. We have done some patient stuff together, right? So I know your work ethic, right? Maybe I don't know you personally, but I know your work ethic because we worked on a couple patients together. Now, if someone made a false accusation against you, it is reasonable for you to expect me to align with you and give my testimony and say, no, that is not his work ethic. No, I do not believe those statements are true, because we've been working day in and day out together for, let's say, a year, right? Now, if I just came today and then somebody made a false accusation and I only know you for a day, then it would be unreasonable to expect allegiance and alliance. Even now, I'm black, right? Because I don't know you, right? Shay don't know her like that, and that's all I'm saying. Now, is Tyler Perry wrong for saying that? Let's say yes, he is. Does he need to apologize? Yes, sure. But to say that Shannon Sharp should stand in the gap for her, I think that's a little bit unfair, seeing that this is an interview. That's all I'm saying. But if they knew each other, then it would be reasonable for her to ask that. But just on the strength that we're two black people, now I'm supposed to stand in the gap and potentially beef with a billionaire, I think that's a little bit unfair.
But
to expect
she
that.
had asked him to stand with her. She said, I don't need you to go on my word. I want you to hear his words. And she constantly said, Shannon, what did you hear him say? So, in other words, you're saying that, if I heard him say that I violated you and I did something wrong to you, you mean to tell me that because of the fact that I heard him say that, I hot sauce, I am not going to address and say, you know what? I heard him say that.
I'm going to do a SWOT analysis. I'm going to look at, am I prepared for the potential blowout of that? And I, a millionaire dealing with a billionaire, am I prepared for the potential blowout, right? You cannot say that's not unreasonable, right? If I do that, right? Now, could there be nothing happen? Absolutely. But is there a possibility between a beef between me and a billionaire then? Yes. So then I have to look at that. Am I prepared for that? Am I prepared to go to be blackballed with you? Because that's a possibility, right? When you're asking me that, you're also asking me to be blackballed with you as a possibility. Can we agree to that?
No, I agree with you. But in my conclusion, when I get ready to wrap this up in a little bit, hot sauce, I'm going to just give you a prelude. Let me tell you something about integrity. Integrity is not without sacrifice. Look at Colin Kaepernick. This brother, this nigga didn't do anything wrong. The nigga sat down and got blackballed. Integrity. And it's all fun and well. And I don't expect, like, if somebody witnessed the lie, I don't give a fuck if they knew me or not. If you witnessed the lie, I think that's reasonable for you to be, if we're talking about, the fundamental cornerstone of our community, not just black community, but the American society, is integrity. We put a lot of faith in our judicial system, and I'm being like, in theory. We put a lot of faith in theory in our judicial system based on integrity. Listen, we put a lot of faith in our dollar. Our dollar is not backed by it's not on the gold standard. Our dollar is not backed by anything anymore other than the word of the government. Integrity. There is always a possibility. I'm not going to, in the department that I work for, people get amazed. They almost on a daily basis, they get amazed at the things that I say, in the way I talk, in the issues that I will bring up. And I had to tell my director directly. I said, I'm going to tell you something, but don't think because of what I'm going to say to you, that doesn't mean that I don't need my job or I don't value my job. But let me tell you this, you will never be able to hold this job over me when it's right and wrong. I'm old enough to understand that because I'm a guy and I know how to make things work out of nothing, I'll be all right. Because I know I'm going to be all right, even if I'm not. Even the fact that I think I'm going to be all right gives me enough courage to speak the thing that needs to be spoken. And I don't care what the outcome is. I've already assessed that level of what might happen. Me telling my director that the person in the office next to him, which is the supervisor, is a whole fucking problem, who he likes, and giving him why I think that person is a whole fucking problem. That puts a target on my back, because now they can micromanage my work. They can go through with a fine-tooth comb. They can policy me out the door because I had the fucking nerve. I can get one patient complaint. They can 86 my ass.
But that's on your own volition, right? You're choosing to do that. She's putting him on the spot. That is my point of contention. She's putting him on the spot. You're doing things out of your own free will.
On my own. And so and here's the thing. And his lack of, forget the fact that he won't do it, the fact that he wouldn't even acknowledge it is of his own free will. That speaks to the level of integrity. There was nothing that could be a back. I don't understand what the backlash could have been for him just to say, yes, I heard him lie.
No, but he did say it. He said, yeah, I heard the tape, and he did say it. He said that. He did say it.
Oh, he said, I heard what he said.
And he also said he did say it. Shannon Sharpe did say that he did say it.
He said what, Shannon?
Well, he didn't repeat what he said. He just said, yeah, he said it.
Right. But I'm just telling you, there's power. Look, when somebody apologizes to you, if let's just say your woman stole $500 out of your account, out of your wallet without telling you, and you pissed off, rant and raving because she stole it, she took this money without asking, and then she goes, well, I'm sorry that I hurt you. Is that a fucking apology?
No, that's not.
Okay. Because she didn't say, now she goes, you know what? I should have never taken that money.
Okay, can I say this? I say this? Looking at the interaction, because, okay, first, I just don't think that Shannon Sharpe owed her allegiance. And if she wanted his allegiance, I felt she should have been a bit more pragmatic about doing that. Second, in this interview, right, there's a lot of times she puts him on the spot. And there's a lot of times that she made him uncomfortable. Can we agree to that?
Yes.
So, me looking at this, I can't say that Tyler Perry lied, that she's difficult to work with. She looks difficult to work with from that interview. I don't think that's an unfair analysis.
But here's the thing, though. No, the only person that said she was difficult to work with was Tyler Perry. The reason why Tyler Perry said she was difficult to work with, because she wouldn't go work for free. That's a lot.
That was Lee Daniels.
And prior to
Lee Daniels perpetuated it.
Okay.
That's the connection. So So Tyler Perry, and then in a conversation, Tyler Perry said, "Yeah, I shouldn't have said that about you. That wasn't true."
Okay, fine, fair enough. I'm just saying, looking at that interview, it doesn't look like an unfair analysis. Now, working like you're hard to work with because I don't want to pay you and you've refused to do it. Okay, yes, that is wrong. I agree with that. But it does look from that interview, I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying optics.
How is she supposed to look when you're airing out a grievance?
Like Taraji, right? Like Taraji does it. When she was airing out her grievance with Oprah.
Monique should have been crying.
It worked for Taraji. Yes. Right? What works.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just, it's let's listen to a little bit more of this interview.
Hold on one second, TJ. Hold on one second. So, in other words, what you're trying to say is she needed to be a damsel in distress. And if she had, first of all, we have to address the issue. We're talking about something that happened decades ago. And even though Tyler Perry lied on her, he had never worked with her. So the lies did not stimulate from somebody working with her. It stimulated from the fact that he wanted her to work for free. And because she refused to work for him for free, therefore she became difficult. We're going to address that. But
we all agree. Agree.
Hot sauce, what you're saying is that even though you cost my family millions, tens of millions of dollars, right? I'm supposed to come out and be bawling my eyes out, crying and everything like that, telling people, oh my God, I'm a damsel in distress.
Yes, because all men respond better to when women are in damsel of distress. Men respond better to that. That's why when white women cried, somebody got lynched, right? Men respond better to that.
Right. When she first brought this out, my memory might be a little bit faulty on this because it's over 10 years old. Monique did cry. If I remember correctly, people reacted to that by saying that she was trying to gaslight.
Okay. Well, but she needs to cry.
But yeah, let's get back to I'll play a little bit more of the clip because I'm running out of time. It's almost time for my bed. I'm old, so I got bedtime.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
And we'll do you one better. And give me 5 on that, baby. We'll do you one better, Shay. My husband and I'll sit right next to him. See, with this whole situation, and some of the people that Kat talked about, ironically, I have this issues with those same people. There were people that reached out to Tyler Perry on my behalf.
Okay.
And I was grateful for that. Okay. There was Al Sharpton, the Reverend Al Sharpton, civil rights leader.
Yeah.
I sent him that audio. He listened to it. He said, baby, what that man did to you was wrong, and you're like my daughter. And we're going to have to get him to fix that.
Right.
We didn't hear from Al Sharpton for 6 months. The next time we saw Al Sharpton, he was on a podium talking about we don't need to fly commercial because we can fly Tyler Perry's private jet. I said, that's why maybe I'm not hearing back from him. Okay. Then we had our beautiful sister, Stephanie Mills.
Yes.
Okay. Who is, she don't play.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. I told her what happened, sent her the audio. Now, I don't know if she listened to that audio or not, but however, she called Tyler Perry.
We're going to listen up to the point because it's going to take about another minute or so. We're going to listen to the point where they start talking about her husband, which is about a minute or so later.
She said, Monique, Tyler Perry does not want to revisit this. Okay, fine.
Right.
While we're on the phone, Tyler Perry calls her back and says, I will meet with Monique, but not with her husband. Now, you ready for this?
Yeah.
And then Monique has to apologize publicly to say Oprah and I had nothing to do with messing up her career.
But that'd be a lie.
Look in the goddamn camera.
I thought that was a stage the way you...
Look in the camera.
Yes.
Because you heard it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So when you hear what this man is saying. So I said, Stephanie, tell Tyler Perry, never will I meet with him without my husband. And I owe no apology, so I'm not going to give one. That goes away. Kevin Hart. Now, you know when Cat Williams said gatekeepers?
Yes.
Kevin Hart, I do his podcast.
Yes.
And I want y'all to re-listen to the podcast so you can hear it for yourself. When he first comes on, he says, you're like my mother.
Okay. All right. The husband. One of the things we talk about over and over again, and Khadijah alluded to it right before Hot Sauce came up, is we alluded to it over and over again, how we talk about the fact that black men don't stand up, black men don't cover their women, black men don't jump in front of a bullet, but yet we have a black man asking a black woman to not have her husband in the goddamn room.
TJ, you going to the room without your wife? You going to send your wife in that room with a brother that's lied on her and has cost our family tens of millions of dollars and blackballed your wife and she can't get a job, you gonna
First of
send
all,
your wife in that room by herself?
no. My wife can't go in that room. I go in that room.
Oh, hot sauce, where you at, my brother? Where you at, hot sauce? Your wife going in the room?
No, she's not. But I agree. Look, I'm not in disagreement with you guys on the Tyler Perry issue, right? I'm on a disagreement when we try to broad stroke this or broad brush this when we talk about black men don't protect their women. I don't know how we're linking between what Tyler Perry doing to the community at large, because you have a black man protecting his woman, right? And that black man is also also her reputation. And in the music industry or in the entertainment industry, they're always trying to meet you without representation. They told Jay-Z, come without Dame Dash, right? They're always trying to meet you without your representation, right? So, I mean, so for me, that just looks like what everybody does. Let's meet up. You don't need your lawyer. You don't need your rep. You don't need your manager, stuff like that. Let's just have a talk, right? They did it to Jay-Z when Dame Dash was his manager, right? So that's how I see it. Because for me, I do think at large, black men absolutely protect black women. It's just that men protect family and relatives. They do not protect strangers. And I think that it's unfair to ask for men to protect random strangers. That's where we disagree.